After you watch this video of Pop Smoke, I think a lot of y'all will have a lot more appreciation for who he was. Cause bruh, we found some things that could have went bad. But honestly, it make him more solid. Let's get into it.
The case I was personally involved in. So now we're going to go to 2019, 2020. Pop Smoke, who lived in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Let's get y'all all the way caught up. So I went ahead and just Googled this real quick. And it says, yes, Pop Smoke was arrested on January 17, 2022 on a federal charge of interstate transportation of a stolen vehicle. He was arrested at JFK Airport in New York after allegedly transporting a Rolls-Royce he borrowed for a music video from California to New York without returning it to the owner. The charge, Pop Smoke was accused of transporting a stolen vehicle across state lines. The stolen vehicle was a 2019 Rolls-Royce Wraith, reportedly worth over $300,000. The situation. The owner lent the car for a music video shoot in California with the understanding it would be returned the next day. When the car was not returned, the owner reported it stolen and tracked it back to Pop Smoke's mother's house in Brooklyn. The arrest. He was arrested upon returning to New York from Paris Fashion Week. The release. He was released on $250,000 bond on the same day.
Oh, free my nigga Pop! Free my nigga Pop! Yo, free my nigga Pop!
Y'all want to know what makes the arrest even funnier? Bruh, when they had the damn car, the car had Alabama license plates on it. Now, I done been in every freaking corner of New York, the state. I ain't never seen a freaking Alabama license plate. When you talk about dead giveaway, that might be the dead giveaway. But it gets more interesting because I told y'all gonna see he did something solid.
He was down with the G-Stone Crips, I believe. I think it was the G-Stones from Canarsie, big crew. And again, same situation. He's the up and coming star, if you will. And we were into that gang, and he was part of it. But we didn't have much on Pop. But what Pop did was, he had stole a Rolls-Royce from, I think it was L.A., and brought it back to Canarsie, and we made an arrest that. We tried to leverage that.
I want y'all to focus on this headline real quick, because this is crazy. NYPD tried to get Pop Smoke to snitch on Crips months before his death. Before he was gunned down during the Hollywood Hills home invasion, Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke was dodging New York law enforcement authorities who hounded him to inform on gang members and spill what he knew about a pair of New York shootings, the NY Post has learned. The Canarsie-raised rapper, real name Bashir Jackson, was first grilled by an NYPD gang unit detective when he was arrested in December 19th for possessing a stolen $375,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith in a borough. A source close to the hip-hop star said the detective questioned Jackson about a non-fatal shooting in Canarsie in June 2019 because investigators said they had video of the rapper driving a car in reverse near the scene of the crime, the source said. They also asked him to provide information about members of Brooklyn's 823 Crips, a subset of notorious street gang, according to the source. But he refused to cooperate. His lawyer, Peter Frankel, said any conversation with Pop Smoke about cooperation was a very short one. It's something he would never entertain doing, Frankel said. Jackson was hit with 6 state charges, including criminal possession of stolen property on December 4th for allegedly having the car, according to a now sealed criminal complaint obtained by the New York Post. When he refused to cooperate, he was suddenly also slapped with a federal charge in 2020, a move Frankel said was likely to put pressure on the rapper to flip. They hope the force a federal indictment would pursue him to cooperate. Meet and speak with them, Frankel said. It's not uncommon for federal government to be involved in an investigation when they believe that doing so will help them in a state court prosecution may not be able to do, he added. In this federal case, Jackson was hit with a charge of interstate transportation of a stolen vehicle, a crime the New York Times described as rarely seen in a federal indictment. That does sound effing insane, yeah. When he was arrested by the FBI at JFK Airport after returning from Europe, the same NYPD gang unit detective was there to grill the rapper about the 823 Crips and another shooting in New York, according to a source. The detective wanted information about another non-fatal shooting on January 4th outside of Juvier nightclub in Jamaica, Queens. He again refused to cooperate. Jackson was released a $250,000 bond and agreed to stay away from known gang members and submit drug tests to U.S. pretrial services as part of his conditions. The conditions kept him off stage in New York just before his slaying in California. According to the previous unreported documents obtained by the Post, in February 7th, an information memo in his federal case, U.S. pretrial service sought to block Jackson for performing the BK Drip concert at King's Theater in Flatbush on February 16th. They said they had been notified by a field intelligence sergeant from the 70th Precinct that a number of scheduled performers were identified gang members, specifically A-Trade, Cowboy Crip, 90 G-Stone Crip, Slattery Boys, and Vice Lords, the memo states. Furthermore, man, we're just going to stop right there.
Because, you might be running with the gang guys, and they're your friends. I mean, for better or for worse, but you got a lot more to lose.
Sure.
You got.
So the feds, as dirty as they are, they trumped up charges on him and basically said, we're going to hit you with a slew of stuff because you know too much. He was facing 15 goddamn years for that one particular crime, which is insane because he wouldn't talk to him. They tried to get him to talk twice. He like, bruh, hell nah. Because before, if you ratted on somebody, that meant the end of your career. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Let's go.
Rising star. So as we were cultivating this whole gang case, I believe he got murdered in a home invasion in L.A.
The only adult charge in rapper Pop Smoke's murder, sentenced to nearly 30 years in prison. 24-year-old Corey Walker pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter earlier this month. Pop Smoke, whose real name is Bashar Jackson, was killed during a 2020 home invasion in the Hollywood Hills. Walker admitted to planning the home invasion, but says he didn't pull the trigger. The shooter was a teen who admitted to murder in juvenile court.
Yeah, that was Pop. He had some voice. He had a very distinct sound, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
It really was. So years after that, there was always a Pop Smoke Day in Canarsie. We had to put a lot of cops there because a lot of gang members showed up.
It got dangerous.
So Pop Smoke.
All in all, bro, I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. It's clear that Pop Smoke was a solid dude. Forget all the gang stuff and all that crap and everything. Forget he was a little wild. You know what I'm saying? That's some street shit right there. I don't know nothing more New York than stealing the car from California and bringing it to New York. He put it on a truck and sent it there. So I think ultimately probably not just the tracker and all that crap. I think ultimately too probably, it couldn't have been because that wouldn't make any sense. Because they don't really, I've had a car transported from state lines. They don't really ask too many questions. I'm going to be honest. Like, they'll write down the license plate, get your license plate, get your information, you pay for it, they get you this, they get you that, and then that's that. Now, I think Pop Smoke probably was going to do a little bit of time. Not no damn 15 years, though. The backing that he had, I don't think that he was going to do 15. I really think that he was going to probably do more like 3, maybe 2 at that. Then would have came out even bigger. Because if it would have got leaked, and I'm pretty sure his team would have leaked it, if it would have got leaked that, bruh, the feds wanted Pop Smoke. Really, it wasn't even the feds. It was really New York. NYPD wanted Pop Smoke to snitch on his homies, and he flat out refused, and this is why he got fed time. I think that would have jump-started that man all the way past a whole lot of people, and he would have had NY on his back, because I'm going to be fair. Just like how they saying that the music scene died when Nipsey and Draco fell, unfortunately, it's kind of looking like that a little bit for New York as far as the newer generation. Now, we've had the Fabio Forens and the Bobby Schmurders and all that stuff, but Bobby seemed like he just happy to be home, bruh. It seemed like Bobby probably gonna make one of them songs where you just step right 2 times, step left 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Fabio Ford, I don't know what he's doing, bruh. Like, he got to stop doing that beef with the streamer shit and just drop music. Like, eventually, you'll figure out as a rapper, you probably should just rap. But RIP to Pop Smoke, man. Y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Do y'all think that the feds was ODing, or do you think, well, because it was interstate that they had no choice? Because, in my opinion, they could have arrested his ass and held him for California and transported him back there. They could have. Just gonna be fair. But the fact that NYPD got involved with the feds to keep him there in New York. Something don't smell right, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on that one. Y'all didn't give a damn about the takeoff video. Sorry, so I put it for members only. Because, yeah, YouTube will penalize you for that crap. But if you can't hit that like button like you like something, man. I know I spent a couple of days off, but we back.